Damn, son, where'd you find this?
This should be played at high volume, preferably in a residential area. This should be played at high volume.
You are physically repulsive. Intellectually.
Listen to me, Randy. It doesn't matter what you look like on the outside, whether you're white or black or Sasquatch even. As long as you follow your dream, no matter how crazy or against the law it is. Except for Sasquatch. If you're Sasquatch, the rules are different.
Forget it, Meatwad. I'm a circus freak. That's all I'll ever be.
Whatever.
Hoppy. This is Hoppe Hour.
Did you find this?
What's going on, Ryan Hoppe? This is Tony Romo.
Jones.
Oh, yeah. This is Hoppe Hour. I'm your host, Ryan Hoppe, hanging out with you for the next hour. You can always leave me a voicemail. 856-49-HOPPE. You can email me, ryanhopperadio@gmail.com, and you can always tweet me at Ryan Hoppe Radio. We are heard on the Quad Pod Network, QODPOD.com/Ryan Hoppe. We're also going to be premiering tonight on the No Filter Network at nofilter.net. For just $5, you can watch my new Talking Head show. It's going to be a good time, baby. Also, we are going to be on tonight on zradiolive.com, a replay of this show. Get the TuneIn Radio app, search up Z Radio Live. But if you don't use TuneIn, go to zradiolive.com and it has a list of all the apps are on. Are you a little overwhelmed? A little confused about everything I do? Well, I have a solution for you. Go to ryanhopperadio.com, and there has all the info. Also, are you a little confused about what my show is about and what I do? Well, listen up.
Please don't be offended. He's sorry in advance.
This podcast is for the people who wake up in the morning and grind their ass off. The people who run to their coffee pot and chug that scorching hot coffee. The people who won't give up no matter how hard life gets. The people who push their body to the limit just to get by in life. Because that's all you can do. This is Hoppe Hour.
Awesome. All the wannabes, all the hacks over there at SNL are so mad that Elon Musk is going to be the host this weekend. Oh, they're just being a bunch of babies. It's utterly ridiculous. They are being paid between $250,000, probably minimum, to about $2 million. I would say if you're Michael Shea and all those guys. But a lot of them can't handle having somebody on there with a different opinion. But they claim to be so woke. They claim to be so self-righteous. So if you were so woke and so self-righteous, I think you would be able to handle a different opinion. But that is the worst part about anybody that's on the right or left. You can't even hang out with anybody with a different opinion. Or, I can't deal with it. It's ridiculous. I remember my grandpa used to tell me that you don't talk about sex, politics, religion, and money. And now that's all people talk about. It's all they talk about. I mean, when was the last time you actually found SNL funny? I mean, for me, it was the Tiger Woods skit 12 years ago. And a little bit of the Sarah Palin ball busting. That wasn't too bad. But anybody who finds SNL funny now is just ultra liberal and hates Trump. And I'm not sitting here saying I love Trump or I hate Trump, but it's just a matter of fact that you would like SNL because it's liberal propaganda. It's hack. It's irrelevant. And all the wannabes over at SNL should be bowing down to Elon Musk that he wants to be on the show. Well, guess what? Conan O'Brien defended Elon Musk. And Conan O'Brien was approached by the paparazzi, which when that happened and the paparazzi approached Conan O'Brien, I bet he was very grateful that people were literally like, oh my God, we need to talk to Conan O'Brien. I like Conan O'Brien. My girlfriend's in the other room getting ready for work, and she's hearing this and probably getting mad because she likes Conan O'Brien, but he hasn't been relevant in 14 years. So, you know, he was a little grateful, a little honored that people wanted to ask him things.
How are you?
Hey, how are you? Good to see you.
Fantastic to see you.
How's it going?
I saw your show's coming to an end. It's the end of an era.
Yeah, we're going to stop doing the day in, day out one on the 24th.
Yeah.
What's sad is, like, he held his own for 11 years on TBS and, like, no one really knew. Unless you were, like, a diehard Conan fan. Like, when did Conan ever go viral? Since that time, you had Craig Ferguson, who was ahead of his time. You had Jimmy Kimmel and mean tweets. You had the wackiness of Jimmy Fallon going, I have a drinking problem, so I don't know how to answer these questions because I'm hungover. You also had James Corden and Carpool Karaoke. But, like, who's really talked about Conan O'Brien? I'm just saying.
Yeah.
24th of next month.
Yeah. But
and then I'll be back. And I'll be I'll be animated.
It's not really ending.
It never ends.
It never ends.
Yeah.
Television never ends.
Hey.
It's kind of ending, you know. No one's like, oh, my God, I need to sit back in my recliner after a long day of work and not go to bed at 10 p.m. so I can watch Conan for 30 minutes. Oh, we're all doing it. TV's kind of ending, bro.
Hey, Elon Musk is going to be on SNL on Saturday.
Yes.
If you were writing for SNL, you know, what do you...
Those are the dream guests. The dream guests are the ones that are not... like, I used to love doing... When I was a writer there, if someone came on and they weren't a professional comedian, it actually made them funnier in sketches. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Because they're...
This paparazzi, granted, she's a paparazzi for a living, so it's not like she's going to begin her PhD in science, but that was a pretty easy explanation, and it just kind of went over her head. Listen.
Professional comedian, it actually made them funnier in sketches. Does that make sense?
Not really.
Not really. What?
Because they're a fish out of water.
Okay. So you can kind of throw them at
This is my
anything?
personal chauffeur, Flula Borg.
What are you...
Say hi to Flula Borg, my professional...
Hi, how are you?
That's my professional chauffeur.
Good to see you.
I love that. Let me ask you, what are you writing for Elon if he's on that show?
I don't know. You're asking me to come up with an idea.
He's like, I don't know. I'm on the left side of my car trying to get in. There's cars going by. I've given you great answers to everything, and you've been physically unable to give me any follow-up questions. And now you're asking me silly things. And this has been a minute, and I've been cordial. What the hell else do you want? Conan's been an angel in this situation.
That show.
I don't know. You're asking me to come up with an idea. I need to get paid.
Yeah.
Pay me first. I'll see you later, Flula.
Do you think it's right that they said that...
Do you think I know how to do my job? Am I good at my job? I need approval.
The people on the show are allowed to opt out because they don't like him?
In my day, we weren't allowed to do that. But...
Would that fly?
Alrighty, enough of that. Can you imagine her being like a lawyer? Like, I swear my defendant's innocent. Wait, who is my defendant?
Hoppy. This is Hoppe Hour.
This following segment. I'm kidding. Oh, yeah, you like this unlicensed hip-hop beat? Because I can't play the copyright music. This is being brought to you by FitSageFitness.com. When I tell you that FitSageFitness.com is the best way to get into shape, I'm a man of my words, as my beautiful, amazing girlfriend is walking around the house. FitSage Fitness very soon will be getting their own app. But until then, go to FitSageFitness.com. If you live in the Tampa Bay area, you can sign up for a workout. If you don't live in the Tampa Bay area, you can do virtual workouts. And you can add them on Instagram at fit_sage_fitness and tell them I sent you.
Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour.
Someone hook me up with a flame. I'm having a neck fit.
Light him up.
Meat wad?
Here.
Encourage him in his habit.
That's a good smoker.
When did you start smoking?
This morning. Where's my whiskey? I'm gonna get tore up.
We shall acquire some wine on the way to the mall.
And then you can get tore up.
And pass out in the hot sun.
That's my boys.
I don't think Meatwad should be hanging around with these moon people.
Whoa! Happy Hot Topic!
Live from St. Petersburg, Florida, you are now tuned in to Hoppy Hour. Here's Ryan Hoppy.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Watch out. Hoppy is about to rant.
Oh, yeah, we have so much to get into. Absolute non-chaos happening at the Hoppy household. My girlfriend's just walking around being an absolute angel, making no noise. And in previous situations, I would have to use effects to cover up the noise. And no, I'm not talking about my psychopath ex-girlfriend. I'm talking about my sex offender neighbors that would be yelling outside the door. This next headline right here is riveting as hell. This is why I get paid the big bucks to yell into a microphone in my apartment. George Clooney never thought he'd be more famous than Harrison Ford.
Peterson said that he sees you, since he did Air Force One, and he may know this. He may have a little bit of, insight on this. He says that he sees you attaining Harrison Ford status in the next 3 or 4 years.
I don't think anyone can attain Harrison Ford status. That's a guy I actually really look up to and like a lot. So
this clip is from the year 2000, and I guess they're trying to rub it in Harrison's face that he's, I guess, irrelevant. I don't know.
I think Harrison Ford would be...
George Clooney, great actor. George Clooney, not a great public speaker. What the hell is going on? As Ellen DeGeneres was finally able to get a good guest. It's called Courtney Cox, who's, got no real personality. She goes and talks about the Friends reunion taping being emotional, which, first of all, I was really getting into Friends, and I watched like 2.5, 3 seasons, and I was like, okay, I've seen enough.
Fantastic. It really was.
The one where they're all reunited. Courtney
it.
Cox is revealing details about the highly anticipated Friends reunion. Could this be any more sentimental?
Yeah, there's more sentimental things like a man serving overseas in the war and coming home to see his family after 6 years. That's a little more sentimental than a sitcom getting back together.
I never thought I would be so lucky. It was unbelievable. It's so emotional. It's an unscripted reunion, but we got to be on stage 24 for the first time, all of us. And
I love this picture that they show where they're all taking a selfie together, and there's like maybe cocaine on the cell phone. And you're like, get that cocaine away from Matthew Perry.
I forgot how many years, 15 years or 17 years?
It's the moment fans have been asking for years.
Now I'm standing here today,
Oh, jeez.
knowing that I have everything I'm ever going to need.
The special was supposed to be released in May when HBO launched its streaming platform, HBO.
Yeah, remember when HBO Max first came out and like no one cared about it, but I signed up because I want to watch Adult Swim?
Max, but they had to pivot.
I get what you did there. They were also on a break. Insert one-liners of a news reporter. Then they had to duty. Get it? All the moments from Friends? Oh, my God. And then they got a smelly cat.
Production was halted because of the coronavirus pandemic, and the cast finally got together in April 2021. While fans won't get to catch up with Monica and the gang, they will get to see all 6 of the original cast members come together. Courtney will be joined by Jennifer Aniston, Lisa Kudrow, Matthew Perry, Matt LeBlanc, and David Schwimmer as they look back on their time filming the nostalgic 90s sitcom.
Oh, how exciting. Everybody looking old, talking about what the 90s was like and living in the past. I want to see a reunion episode. I want to see they all get divorced. There's those rumors that Phoebe and Joey were banging the whole time, but they never went through with it. I want to see the actual show, not them doing a roundtable discussion at the Paley Center in Los Angeles or wherever the hell they're going to have it. I'm just saying.
Oh, God, I have the worst memory. Everything came up that I forgot about.
Yeah.
But it was great.
Insert the laugh track of Ellen as they're uncomfortable because she's not funny. Oh, God. And look at Ellen DeGeneres trying to have a personality. Oh, no. Insert things that aren't possible. I will take things that aren't possible for 400, Aaron Rodgers.
It was really fun. We had a lot of special surprises.
Courtney relived one of those memories on the Ellen DeGeneres show, explaining how difficult it was to capture that infamous opening credits fountain scene.
Where they're just hanging out in the water. Oh, I bet it was so hard to make your millions. How did you survive?
Somebody thought that would just be really fun. And let me tell you what happens. It's not fun to be dancing in the fountain for hours and hours. I remember Matthew Perry saying at one point, and we didn't
go work at a factory for 2 days in Cleveland and tell me how hard it was, honey.
We didn't know each other that well at that point. But I remember...
That's how work goes.
This is so Matthew, but he was like, can't remember a time that it wasn't in this fountain. Like in this language.
All right. First, world problems. I don't know who's more out of touch, Ellen DeGeneres or Courtney Cox. Remember when Courtney Cox had that sitcom Cougar Town that was like beyond average but on TV for like 5 years? Good for her. Next up on Hoppe Hour. Beyonce's involvement with the Spice Girls is revealed. Yes, you heard that correctly.
Victoria Beckham is a successful business owner, style icon, wife, mom, but she's also crediting her former girl band, the Spice Girls, with spicing up Beyonce's life and inspiring her to go after her dreams.
Oh, yeah, because of us and our few hits in the 90s, we're totally the reason Beyonce achieved everything, because we're a bunch of washed up hacks that nobody talks about unless you're at a bar playing 90s music on a Thursday. No one goes, oh my God, I need to hear the Spice Girls right now. And we're slightly jealous of Beyonce.
Let's break it down.
Please.
Before the days of Little Mix, Fifth Harmony, and Blackpink,
I do like a Blackpink.
we were blessed with the sassy 90s UK girl band, the Spice Girls, made up of 5 women who each brought a different flair to the group. Not long...
Tell me what you want. What you really want. Tell me what you want. To turn that song off.
After the Spice Girls hit the scene was Destiny's Child, which ultimately consisted of Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and Michelle Williams.
Can you imagine being Michelle Williams? Like, yeah, you're famous to a point. Yeah, you made millions, but like you got the most bland name. Like everyone's Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, LaToya Luckett, Lativia Robertson. Like they're all names that like are only them. But like there's probably a million Michelle Williams. You know what I mean?
exist after LaToya Luckett and Latavia Robertson disbanded earlier. While these groups didn't have much in common when it came to their music and style,
Then how were they influenced, Spice Girls?
they were both striving to achieve the ultimate grip of girl power worldwide.
Oh, so there was no girl power. There was no feminism at all before the Spice Girls. We need to bow down, father, son, holy wash-ups, and just bow down to the Spice Girls because women would not be able to achieve anything without them.
We're the Spice Girls, yes indeed. Just girl power is all we need.
Oh, what a great song.
And in a full circle moment, my inner 90s child is screaming with excitement as Victoria Beckham, aka Posh Spice, just opened up about the time Beyonce told her that the Spice Girls were her biggest inspiration.
I'm sure that happened. Oh, I'm sure Beyonce was humble.
During a recent interview with Dear Media's Breaking Beauty podcast, Victoria recalled the time she and Beyonce first met a few years back, to which Beyonce couldn't help but gush over the former girl group.
I'm sure that happened. I just don't see it. Like, Beyonce's the person that takes all the credit, you know, and drinks lemonade.
She actually said to me, it was the Spice Girls that inspired me and made me want to do what I do and made me proud to be a girl.
I just don't believe that. Not because it's like sexist and I'm sexist and I don't believe it. I just find it weird that somebody like Beyonce, who's so independent and so successful, like, she didn't believe in herself and being an independent, empowered woman prior to the Spice Girls. Like, if the Spice Girls had not made their horrendous music in the 90s, there would be no Destiny's Child. There would be no Beyonce. You know what I mean? Like, maybe she said, you guys are really great and I appreciate what you did for women's rights in music, but I don't think she was like saying, oh, without you, I would not have made 100 million times 10.
Proud to be who I am.
I can almost say with absolute certainty that Beyonce doesn't just hand out compliments when she sees fit. And
all right, we're going to actually believe that. Again, maybe it happened. Maybe. But think about it really closely. Beyonce totally going up to the Spice Girls. Beyonce, one of the greatest singers ever. Spice Girls, they're okay. They're catchy, but their music isn't deep and as great as Beyonce. It's not even a debate. Spice Girls are just, you know, a band from the 90s. Beyonce, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 2020s. She's been around, it's going to be 4 decades until she dies. Spice Girls, 97 to 01, 02. Maybe they had some new music that didn't catch on in the 2000s, but for the most part, they were just the 90s. You're telling me that Beyonce totally would not have gone into music if it wasn't for the Spice Girls and not have been empowered? Like, without the greatness of the Spice Girls, there would be no Beyonce? A little suspicious. Coming up on the Happy Hour. Madonna and her younger boyfriend attend her son's soccer match. This is weird.
This is my favorite thing ever. Madonna is a soccer mom. So she went and sat and watched her son play soccer just in Hidden Hills with all of the other parents.
It's funny. All the other parents are dressed up like they're going to a soccer game. And then she's dressed up like she's Madonna. It's just does not fit in at all.
Imagine Madonna showing up to your soccer games.
That's what I'm saying, bro.
No.
It's just insane to me.
Yeah.
If you were one of the other players, would you feel like more under pressure? Madonna's watching you?
I don't think the kids care. They're 15, but I think
the kids are like, who's that old woman with that younger guy? Why is that old woman dressed up like Cruella DeVille?
the parents are very excited.
Yeah, it's the parents who would be like, oh, God.
Yeah. she hasn't the material girl is looking at me. She's looking at me.
Alrighty, so she's banging a younger dude. Those relationships are always weird. You're banging an older mother. And then you're like, oh, no. She wants me to meet the kids. Oh, no. Get away from me. Even though it felt good, you didn't use teeth.
How old are the kids?
The son that she's watching is 15, but she had her smoking hot 27-year-old boyfriend next to her.
I mean, he looks like an older Will Smith's kid, Jaden. Like he's okay, but like they're smoking hot. They're kissing his ass. He's not that good looking. He's not ugly. But when I think of smoking hot, I think of like David Beckham, not Madonna's boyfriend.
Had her smoking hot 27-year-old boyfriend next to her. I thought it was her child at first. It is not. I was like, wow.
I did too. It's kind of weird.
Wow, her son's so grown up. And then I was like, oh.
Said he was 27, so he's what, 2 years older than Lourdes?
Wow.
It's got to be weird. Mommy, why are you praying in the other room?
Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour.
Oh, yeah. This following segment has been brought to you by the Tampa Bay Hot Sauce Company. When I tell you the Tampa Bay Hot Sauce Company is the best in the Bay, I'm a man of my words. For all the info, TampaBayHotSauce.com.
Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour.
Like a $9,000 prostitute, please. Oh, do you have 9 $1,000 ones? Yeah, good. And if you got an albino, send her up too. And like 20 minutes, I'm going to be asleep, so get them up here. I had like half a bottle of melatonin, 6 beers, this whole bucket of chicken. Oh, the Sandman is coming.
Yo, what's up?
Baby, let's go.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is. The most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
I love you.
Kourtney Kardashian and Travis Barker say I love you, but are they headed towards I do? A source tells ET, quote, Kourtney and Travis are in love and have talked about their future and the possibility of getting engaged and married. The source adds, quote, Kourtney hasn't felt this strong about anyone in a while and can see a forever with Travis.
But you're going to first have to get a restraining order against Scott.
And while the couple hasn't been official for very long, they haven't shied away from showing off their love for each other, hitting up the desert for a PDA-filled vacation last month, and documenting some steamy moments from the trip on
What is the chance the sex tape gets released?
Instagram. And ET source confirms their chemistry is off the charts.
Yeah.
Quote, although the couple hasn't been together for a while, they've known each other for years and have a strong connection. So what does the 42-year-old reality star's famous fam think of her new relationship?
They're like, finally, not a crazy dude.
According to our source, they are so here for it. Quote, Kourtney's family hasn't seen her this happy in a while, and they love Travis. The couple's kids get along great, and that has made things much easier for them.
I love it.
Of course, the Poosh founder shares 3 children with her ex, Scott Disick, while Travis...
Man, I did not realize they had 3 kids with Scott Disick. That is a lot to have with that insane sociopath.
Shares 2 kiddos with his ex-wife, Shayna Moakler. Kourtney and Travis, or should we call them Kravis, started dating in January.
Don't call them Kravis. It sounds like an STD.
And have been full steam
But then again, that would kind of...
ahead ever since. Just last month, the Lovebirds took their kids on a family ski vacation and later spent Easter golfing with the Kardashian-Jenner crew.
Mhm.
Travis even got Kourt's name inked on his chest.
Everyone made such a big deal out of that, but he has like 100,000 tattoos. Does it really matter?
This is insane.
As for Kourtney and Scott, a source previously told ET it's been an adjustment for him seeing Kourt in a serious relationship.
But he's banging women half his age. He is such a nut job. Get over it. She ain't coming back. You know what I mean? Jelly bean.
Quote, he is still trying to get used to it. Scott is still close with Kourtney, but things between them have changed a bit. And that changed dynamic has played out on the current and final season of Keeping Up.
I feel like it annoys me like when you flirt with this lifeguard.
I'm definitely not flirting with the lifeguard.
Get over it. Of course she can flirt with the lifeguard. She's single.
Then it's my insecurity, then I feel like that I just don't like seeing you with another guy or a guy. It hurt me when you were with somebody else.
Of course, Scott is...
How are you going to survive, buddy? Banging women half your age?
Currently dating 19-year-old model Amelia Hamlin. And
yeah, you're living the life. It shows that the dudes that are older banging women half their age, they ain't that happy.
No matter what, Kourt and Scott continue to crush it as co-parents. Something Kourtney's sister Khloe Kardashian praised them for during a chat with ET in 2019.
Mm-hmm. It's hard work for all parties. They're all really
Everybody's invested.
Strong.
Everybody's invested. If I wasn't so good looking and famous and I was some average dude doing this, I would come off like a obsessive ex. Oh, next on the Hoppe Hour. Lil Nas X regrets shading Nicki Minaj and the fans. Yeah, you don't say. A one-hit wonder who's, I wouldn't say lucky to be famous, but he made some obnoxious music since Old Town Road. You're saying he's sorry that he burned a bridge with one of the biggest artists of the 2010s? Whoa. What a concept, dummy.
Lil Nas X has made a name for himself after multiple successful single releases, and he's opening up about why he has to prove people wrong and even reflecting on some mistakes he's made along the way. Let's get into it.
Lil Nas X only has himself to blame for his global success, and especially after the release of his chart-topping single, Montero, Call Me By Your Name, he doesn't mind ruffling some feathers on the way to the top. Back in 2019, Lil Nas X hit the scene and set the bar high for himself with the release of Old Town Road,
But even then, the praise he received was met with double-edged comments alluding to his success as being a one-hit wonder. He recently caught up with Entertainment Weekly and recalled people saying things like, "Oh, he'll never do that again. Hope he saves his money." That's why he
That's not a bad point, dummy.
vowed to come back with a vengeance with the release of Call Me By Your Name, and it was the lustful music video that especially got people talking as...
But here's the thing. The music video, edgy, fine, whatever. But no one's going around on the radio playing it. Like, even if they are playing it, no one's talking about it. No one's playing it in the club. So you are a one-hit wonder.
Lil Nas slides down a stripper pole to hell and gives the devil a lap dance. He recalled being afraid of alienating his straight fans, but thought about it some more and eventually came to the conclusion that, quote, if they feel offended, they were never really here for me. They were here
Well, that's true.
for whatever version of myself they made up in their head. Lil Nas has had to learn to put himself first and stop thinking about how he's perceived to the general public, as he largely credits Rihanna for his zero F's attitude and how she unabashedly claps back at trolls when needed. He said, quote, "I'm very much a chaotic good person.
You don't say. I mean, I don't know if you're a good person, but you're definitely chaotic.
I almost never want to start shooting at somebody who didn't bring it to my doorstep, you know?
That's a weird way of wording it.
But I kind of live for when somebody tries to get me and I'm ready to throw it back at them tenfold."
Yeah, called being immature and not being able to just turn your head and, never mind.
Every now and then, Lil Nas admits to feeling bad about throwing the hate back.
Then don't do it. Blam, 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 sorry.
But admitted, quote, "I feel less bad knowing that I didn't start it. I try to never throw stones, but if somebody throws one at me, I'm throwing an entire house."
So then shut up. Don't say I'm sorry about throwing words at people when you then say, and I quote, "I feel less bad knowing that I didn't begin it." Even if you didn't begin it, don't act like you're sorry for offending people and then going, "But I'm going to throw the whole house." That's called being immature and being a hypocrite.
Through the years, this is something he's had to come to learn, as he also opened up about one of his biggest mistakes, which is previously admitting he was never a fan of Nicki Minaj, solely due to the fear that people would know he was gay before he publicly came out.
Okay.
For the record, Lil Nas is now a bona fide barb through and through. But
bona fide.
He also regrets some of his past actions in his pre-fame days, admitting he used to tweet hateful messages toward random people for no reason.
So maybe you're not tweeting as hateful messages before, but you're doing the same thing now by saying, "I'm going to throw the house at people if they talk bad about me. I'm going to burn a bridge with Nicki Minaj. I'm going to do this." You have a shit-talking problem. Shut up. You can't just go, "Oh, I'm sorry about shit-talking," and then continuing to do it. Huh?
He explained that after he came out, he got a taste of his own medicine and finally realized the hate many others experience on a daily basis, saying, quote, "When I first got famous, I would block everybody. But now, for me, I would rather somebody hate the out of me when they're talking about me rather than not say anything at all, because that's giving more power to my name." Amid some hateful comments, however, is a sea of support for Lil Nas X.
Well, that's going to happen, so it's not really a news. Josh Duggar asks for bail, argues he's not a danger to the community. What are you then?
Nearly 1 week after being arrested on child pornography charges, Josh Duggar is requesting to be released on bail. The former TLC star is asking the court to, quote, "release him on bail subject to a combination of conditions of release that will reasonably assure his appearance at trial and the safety of the community or any other person."
Yeah, and don't have him near any playgrounds.
According to court documents obtained by Access Hollywood. In the motion, which was filed by Duggar's attorney just 1 day before he's scheduled to appear at a hearing to determine whether or not he will be released from an Arkansas detention center, it's argued that the 33-year-old is, quote, "neither risk of flight nor a danger to the community."
Here's the thing. He did get released since then.
The document cites the facts that Duggar has known about the federal investigation since November 2019. He's, quote, "maintained an open dialogue with the U.S. Attorney's Office."
Oh, geez, what's going on with the computer? The world's ending! The world's ending! Ah!
Investigation.
Here it is.
And he has no previous criminal convictions. The motion further argues that because Duggar is, quote, "a widely recognizable face,"
it is unreasonable to view him as a flight risk. Duggar had his attorney plead not guilty on his behalf Friday as he attended.
If you were so religious and honest towards the Lord, you would just, plead guilty.
Did a virtual hearing just a day after being arrested. He was arrested after being indicted for allegedly receiving and possessing material depicting the sexual abuse of children, according to court documents obtained by Access Hollywood. The former 19 Kids and County star allegedly used the internet to download child sexual abuse material, and in May 2019, allegedly possessed the content, some of which depicted the sexual abuse of children under the age of 12.
Creep. I hope you burn in hell.
According to court documents. If convicted, Josh could face up to 20 years in prison, with fines up to $250,000 for each count.
Now, let's be honest. Their millionaire parents would fix that in a second.
Ex-TLC reality star will remain at an Arkansas detention center as he waits for his bond hearing. If he's awarded bail, Josh may have to find a new place to live, as the judge said in the hearing that he will have to find a residence where there are no minors in the home. The latest development comes just days after Josh and his wife, Anna Duggar, announced that they are expecting their 7th child.
Oh, that's great. If there was a family that did not know how to pull out of marriages, pull out of exploiting their family and more, I don't know.
Shared the news with a festive Instagram post last week, showing her, Josh, and their kids celebrating amid a stream of pink confetti, adding that their newest little one is a girl and due this fall.
Oh, thank God.
Josh and Anna tied the knot in 2008 and have faced significant challenges in their marriage.
You don't say. Their marriage hasn't been the easiest.
In 2015, Josh was accused of molesting multiple underage girls, including 2 of his sisters when he was a teen.
And the fact that they didn't kick him off the show and the fact that his wife didn't leave him proves that it's all about money and not religion or any faith. So shut up with this. Oh, we're religious. Please pray for us. Shut up.
He issued a public apology saying he had...
Oh, thank God you said you were sorry for touching people. Oh, thank God we can bow down to you, you sociopathic dirtbag.
Behaved, quote, inexcusably, and adding that his parents had arranged counseling for him and those affected by his actions. He was never charged. Later that year, Josh checked into a long-term treatment center following reports that he had an active account on the extramarital hookup site Ashley Madison. Josh...
I loved when people got caught on that. I was like, why would you join that site? You're dumb.
Admitted in a statement at the time that he had been, quote, unfaithful to Anna and was, quote, ashamed of the double life he had been living.
Oh, you were so ashamed of it. But then again, went on underage porn 7 years later. Shut up.
Jill Duggar's husband, Derek Dillard, is airing his grievances on social media.
Oh, thank God.
Days after Jill's older...
Just what the family and kids need. The other son-in-law just babbling.
Brother Josh Duggar was arrested after being indicted for allegedly receiving and possessing materials depicting the sexual abuse of children, according to court documents obtained by Access Hollywood. Mm-hmm. Now, Jill's husband has taken to Twitter to share his thoughts on the family's matters, and he's not holding back. Since Friday, Derek has been commenting on a Twitter thread addressing rumors about the family and the former TLC show 19...
Oh, I'm sure they love this. The one normal sane person babbling about the demons in his family.
Kids and counting. In the thread, Derek took issue with the family's patriarch, Jim Bob, and his wife, Michelle Duggar.
I mean, you sound creepy if your name is Jim Bob.
Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour.
Oh, yeah. This following segment was brought to you by a few sponsors. First of all, Amir Academy of Martial Arts at amiracademy.com. Oh, yeah. I went there last night. And, I was boxing. I felt so alive. It's like that scene in the beginning of Robot Chicken with the mad scientist. It's alive. Oh, yeah. When I tell you that Amir is the best in the Bay, I'm a man of my words. Amir Academy of Martial Arts. If you go there and you tell him that I sent you, he will hook you up with the best deal of all time. It is a family environment, it's a good vibe, and he is a good man. You know what I'm saying? But first, it's alive. It's alive.
Hoppy, Hoppy, Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour. Other driving you nuts? The self-proclaimed expert Ryan Hoppe will listen to your problems at 856-49-HOPPY. That's 856-49-HOPPY. Hoppe's mind is like a circus, and you're all invited. Welcome back to Hoppy Hour. His Midwest accent and rants are like endorphins for your workout. You are listening to Hoppy Hour.
Ladies and gentlemen, here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
Oh, yeah, we got so much to get into. Some dude who's a teenager named Lil Huddy ruined Charlie D'Amelio's birthday, which when you ruin a teenager's birthday, it literally is the end of the world, and you'll never hear the last of it.
Lil Huddy stole Charlie D'Amelio's spotlight on her birthday. I'm Gabby Conti, and this is your 24/7 celebrity news.
Here's the celebrity news music. Woo! Let's party.
Lil Huddy made an Instagram birthday tribute to his rumored girlfriend Charlie D'Amelio, who he called one of my closest friends in my life, end quote.
Oh, man.
But in this post, Lil Huddy did something that I'm sure you might be guilty of. He made Charlie's birthday about himself as opposed.
Yeah, I've never done it. I've never gone to a birthday party and been like, ooh, look at me.
Post featured more shots of Lil Huddy than
I mean, people will look at me because I'm 6'9" and bizarre.
it did of the birthday girl. Charlie D'Amelio just rang in her 17th birthday with her friends and family at the celebrity hotspot Delilah's in West Hollywood. Delilah!
Oh, yeah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Charlie D'Amelio. Happy birthday to you. Live from Delilah's. The best show ever. Hey, this is Delilah live from Seattle.
It's time for you to relax. It's time for you to unwind. It's time for you to put the cares and the troubles of the day behind you so that you can focus on the weekend.
Got it.
If you have joined us for the very first time, we are here to take your calls at 1-888-633-5452.
Yeah. What's going on? What is it? I didn't hear you the first time. What's going on and how can we attend the radio show legend known as Delilah that I look up to and was very nice to me? No. I just had to do that. I love that.
Lil Huddy just made Charlie D'Amelio's birthday about himself, something I've definitely done about my friends' birthdays.
Of course you have.
Fans have been convinced that Charlie D'Amelio and Chase Little Huddy Hudson are dating after Charlie's state.
All righty, teenagers dating. Whoa! Oh
no! Hey guys, it's Allie for Hollywood Life with your Card Jenner Roundup, starting with Amelia Hamlin because she recently revealed she has a a sticker of her boyfriend on her phone.
Oh, I thought she was announcing she has daddy issues because she's dating somebody half her age with the personality of a saltine cracker.
After 7 months of dating, the 19-year-old showed off her Scott Disick sticker during a mirror selfie that she posted on her Instagram story.
What was it, a picture of Scott Disick looking in Courtney's window?
Moving on to Khloe Kardashian and her fans' love for her motivational water bottle. Coco posted a picture.
Oh, if you need a water bottle of Khloe to be motivated, you need something else to be motivated. You probably also listen to Gary Vee and you're like, oh my God, he's so wise.
Picture of the bottle to her Instagram story and said, I had no idea my gallon of water would be so exciting to so many people. She
Yeah, you did. You knew exactly. You're just pretending you didn't.
continued for all of those who are asking.
Because you're a marketer.
Asking where I purchased my gallon jug. Of course, it was on Amazon.
Jug.
Khloe also added, adulting is fun, but I don't know about that part.
It's fine. We'll be dead someday. It's better than being dead. It's better than having the maggots eat our body in the ground.
Moving on to Caitlyn Jenner, the former Olympian has released her first political ad in her run for California governor.
I love how everyone's like, how could she run for governor? How could Trump run for president? Trump running for president, and I'm not getting political. I'm just saying the fact that he ran for president, I mean, it kind of opened up the floodgates for The Rock saying he might run, and whatever. If Caitlyn Jenner wants to run, I mean, she can't be any worse than that one asshole out there in California.
In the video, Kate labels.
But then again, by me saying that one asshole out there in California, that's literally talking about everybody that lives in California. Mm-hmm. What is the douchebag out there in California? Gavin Newsom. Mm-hmm.
Herself as a dreamer and a compassionate disruptor, but most notably does not use her last name in her slogan, Caitlyn for California.
Yeah, it's not as catchy. Caitlyn Jenner for California. When you hear Caitlyn for California, it's a little more catchy.
This decision caused a little confusion amongst some users on social media who also wondered why she made no mention of her family's show, the same show that made her relevant to many young voters. But okay, moving on to some heavy drama now, as Kim Kardashian is wrapped up in an investigation over an
Of course she is. These Kardashians can't go a day without controversy.
Ancient Roman sculpture. Feds won a warrant to seize the statue on Monday after a complaint was filed last week. The complaint said that the statue had been looted, smuggled, and illegally exported from Italy before being sold by a gallery in Belgium. So where does Kim fit into all of this? Well, she allegedly purchased the piece. However, in a statement from her rep, she said Kim never purchased this piece, and this is the first that she's learned of its existence. The statement continued, we believe it may have been purchased using her name without authorization, and because it was never received, she was unaware of the transaction. To Tristan Thompson now, the NBA star's lawyer has reportedly sent Sydney Chase a cease and desist letter that calls her cheating claims malicious, defamatory fabrications. The letter goes on to threaten legal action and said
Alrighty, you want to know more about that legal action? We'll find out right now. All Tristan had to do was keep his schlong in his pants. And all Khloe had to do was not take him back.
According to new reports, Tristan Thompson is finally speaking out about the recent cheating allegations in the form of cease and desist letters, though his alleged mistress, Sydney Chase, says she never received a letter. Let's get into this. Over the past week, we've reported on Instagram model Sydney Chase's claims that she was seeing Tristan Thompson starting in November 2020.
Attention! I have no talent!
Fans know that Tristan was already back together with Khloe Kardashian at that point, which would make this yet another cheating scandal surrounding their relationship.
Yeah, this is not the only cheating scandal. He probably cheats on her with all the Massachusetts girls. Get what I did there?
First met November 11th to be exact. And that's when everything started.
Of course she knows the exact date. You were trying to get famous because you have nothing going for you besides your looks.
And then the last time we had contact, besides when he messaged me after finding out about the interview, it was the day after his daughter's birthday party.
Oh, just completely ruined the daughter as well, you imbecile.
The cheating allegations first broke during Sydney's appearance on
You just look at these pictures of her and there's so much I could say. I don't want to get canceled. Daddy issues. I need validation.
No Jumper podcast, and Page Six just reported that Adam John Grandmason, host of the No Jumper podcast, erased the initial interview because of a cease and desist he received from Tristan's attorney.
But if you're so tough, No Jumper podcast, you keep it up because you're such good journalism.
Adam told the outlet that, quote, yeah, we got a cease and desist and deleted it. Honestly,
but it'll live forever and ever.
I wouldn't have posted it in the first place if I knew it was going to mess up a relationship.
What do you think it was going to do? Make things better? Shut up.
And Page Six obtained the cease and desist letter, which states that Sydney made numerous false and defamatory statements about Tristan on the podcast. Addressing Adam directly,
she said defamatory things, and then he got deflamed and had to get cream.
The letter also said, you recklessly allowed Miss Chase to make outlandish false statements about my client on the podcast without seeking to verify her claims in any way. No Jumper has since re-uploaded the video, but edited out the portion where Sydney discusses her alleged relationship with Tristan.
Alrighty, this is weird. It also reeks of fluids.
According to Page Six, Tristan's lawyer also sent a cease and desist letter to Sydney.
She opened it up and was like, what does this mean? What does this mean? Am I in trouble?
Outlet reported that the letter said, quote, it is obvious that you are a liar.
Oh, no. Shots fired. You do got a big mouth.
Claim that you had a relationship with Mr. Thompson is pure fiction.
It wasn't a relationship. It was called hooking up.
The purported texts you claim exist are equally fictitious, and they put words in my client's mouth that he never said that are contrary to his thoughts and feelings.
Things didn't go in his mouth. It was the other way.
This is defamatory.
Man.
The letter also demands that Sydney provide any texts that she allegedly received from Tristan for review because texts can be manipulated and faked.
This is where you legitimately might have a case. Because they're going, show the proof, honey. You got such a big mouth. We shall see.
But while Tristan's lawyer tells Page Six that this letter was sent to Sydney, at first she claimed she never received a cease and desist letter.
Yeah, that's the dumbest excuse ever. I didn't receive it. It's like if you had a warrant for your arrest and you get it in the mail. Oh, I'm just going to rip it up and pretend it's not here and hope it goes away.
She originally told the outlet, quote, I did not receive anything. I didn't receive anything because I'm telling the truth. Sydney also doubled down on these claims on her Instagram story where she wrote, quote, I have not received a cease and desist from anyone.
All right. With that logic, I can just go, where's my $1 million lottery ticket? I mean, this is dumb.
The articles are giving false information. Let this be a lesson to not let anyone, no matter the money or fame they have, to shut you down or tarnish your name.
So she's acting all big with her mouth. But then again, you can't back it up. Why does this sound effect keep going off when I'm talking about a side chick? Oh no, we're having a malfunction.
But then hours later, Sydney took to her IG stories again and wrote that she received the letter after her first post.
So what happened was her team of talented people, they were like, yeah, that's not going to really work in a court of law because there's going to be proof that it was sent out, honey.
She wrote, quote, I finally received the cease and desist hours after I made my post online.
Oh, you finally got it.
It was first sent to an email I no longer use.
daddyissues123@gmail.
However, I'm moving forward with the truth and am choosing not to comply.
Okay. We shall find out.
Things seem to be heating up again between Kylie Jenner and Travis Scott.
Yeah.
I love it.
The two, who share a 3-year-old daughter, Stormy Webster, recently packed on the PDA while celebrating the rapper's 29th birthday in Miami. Now a source says Kylie and Travis are, quote, messing around and having fun together.
Life's short, just pull out this time.
Adding they've always had a strong connection and chemistry, and they're exploring their relationship romantically again.
She got bored and he got alone and But then again, that's pretty much the basis of all the relationships with the Kardashians. They get alone and bored, and the guys are like, jackpot! I just got to pull out.
Hoppy. This is Hoppy Hour.